Hey guys, Jason with Huck Outdoors here, and this weekend we are up in Northern California in the Tahoe Forest, and we are going to be on the search for Bigfoot. Yeah, you heard me, searching for Bigfoot. You can see our site we're at right here. Got the tents over there. We're between two old miner cabins here, and came up here with some of Jonathan's friends. Jeff, who's here right now, and Justin comes in tomorrow, but they're both Bigfoot hunters. Justin's actually was on Nat Geo show and was on there for shooting a Bigfoot. So you guys might have seen that episode before. But we meet him tomorrow, and we're gonna be out here till Sunday, so we're out here for 4 days. I'm gonna go explore these cabins in a little bit. There's a creek behind us. This campground is full of deer poop. I mean, full. It's beautiful up here. You can see the trees behind me, all the moss growing on them. We've got tons of great food as always. Car camping, we've got even better food. We're set up over there. Got a couple different places to camp at or cook at, a couple different cook stations. It's gonna be a lot of fun this week. So come along on the adventure. It'll be a good one. Here's our first night's dinner. And what are you making, Monica?
Well, okay, sorry, I'm so excited about it. So, albondigas. You've heard of it, maybe not. Spanish for meatballs, so we're having meatball soup. We got all fresh veggies in here. That's just starting, and then because of where we're at, I had to go ahead and pre-do the meatballs, but they are right there ready to go. Once the veggies are done, we'll put those in, and it should marry pretty quickly.
Here's the final product, some saffron rice. And
how many meatballs do you like?
I'll do 4 and come back for more. Good morning, guys. Day 2 of our Bigfoot trip. We're just out here exploring the forest before we have breakfast, and just heard something big up here. There are bear and deer up here, but right behind me, I heard something big breaking some branches up here. We're gonna go check it out. Okay, we've came up to where I thought I heard the noise, but there's nothing up here. There's what looks like an old road, maybe, that comes right through here, but that's it. So we're gonna head back to camp. Here we go, we're following a creek bed across from where we're camped to where it's an old mine. And there's another mine over another quarter of a mile. But we don't want to give away the name of the mine because that gives away where we're camped. But we should be coming up to it very shortly. I heard something down here. I don't know what it was. We heard some like barking, but then I heard something big move through, probably just a deer.
Somebody's claim, is it? Mining, yeah. Placer mining claim.
Yeah.
Placer mining claim.
So the first mine, we didn't find the entrance, but we found a claim marker. So we're gonna go look for the other mine that's close by. And this is what we're in right now. Pretty much looks like Bigfoot country. I'm just expecting to see something come out of the trees any minute. Came up on this spot right here. Rocks have been moved to the left, rocks have been moved to the right. And it's like a little bed area right there. A little squatchy if you ask me. Came out of our exploring there, came across this road. The other mine we're trying to find is over here. And look at these trees with all the moss growing. Beautiful back here. Well, we're trying to find the other mine that we saw on the map. Might just be a claim marker on that old map. But it doesn't show up on my GPS, but shows up on the Avenza maps we have. But a really neat area back here. Lots of rocks coming through. The moss on the trees. Seeing some tracks, but not many, just like deer. Saw what looked like a paw print. Found this right here, this old piece of metal. It's got a little J-hook on it there. Looks like it used to be some sort of tubing at one point. So we're probably close to that mine that Monica found on the map. think we found the spot Monica noticed on Avenza that had a couple a little mining spot. So we aren't too sure if it was a mine or a claim. But I saw this post out of the way, and then there's this here that probably had the paperwork at one point. That's long gone. This was, like she said, was probably holding it up. But there was a claim here at one point. Could be down there a little bit. Who knows? Almost up to the other mine, the third mine, and just found this piece of bone. Gnaw marks on there. You can see some of the marrow. In front of Monica, there's a piece of the, like a tubing for a mine. So it should be right up in there. This right here, Monica just found as I was trying to search for it. It's probably the claim marker for that mine. It's got something saying the end, southeast, southwest 10, maybe 10 degrees. You can see the way Chris is going. And we went by a mine, and we're going to cut up and over and back to camp. But this is pretty darn vertical. I'm huffing and puffing. Head back. We can't see if we see anything, but nothing out here yet. We just heard a little crack over there. Down this way. Heard something else. A howl. Jonathan just spotted the world's largest mushroom.
Huge herd in here, and so we came back here. We had a tag, but it was for the other side of the highway because it's like they have like these zones. Anyways, we're back here, and we'd never been back here before, but I'd been in this general area, and I knew that we'd find deer. We got back here, and sure enough, we were seeing hundreds of deer. We were just trying to pick out the right one that it would be worth getting in trouble for. And we're seeing deer all over the place. I don't do that stuff anymore. When I was a kid, it doesn't matter. So we're coming up here. We were on this road. We pulled over right over here somewhere. We're completely lost. We have very little idea where we are, but we knew at some place we placed some bait for a bear. Couldn't figure out where it was. Then we pulled into the kill site, which wasn't the kill site. It was just some random place. We pulled around the corner and we saw what we first thought was a bear at first reaction, and then it was like, you know, a second into it, we're like, oh, this is weird. And I did all the wrong things. There's no logical things about what happened. Like, I decided to shoot it. I shoot it, it runs off. The little one we see these little ones that pop out of nowhere. Two of them, they look like twins. And they're the same age, same height. They're like 35 pounds, like 3 feet tall, really skinny. And eventually I decided to shoot one of those, basically just to take it home and prove that this really happened. Because we're looking for the big one, but we can't find the big one. Shot it pretty good, but it didn't die. After I shot the little one, then like reality started to set in. We're like, this is weird. This kind of looks like a person. It's kind of like a monkey. It looks like a lot of things. Nobody's gonna believe that we thought this was a bear. That was the argument that we were trying to do. Like, we'll just go to Fish and Game. We'll say we thought it was a bear. Nobody's gonna believe it. It doesn't even look like a bear in any way. It resembled a silverback monkey closer than anything I've ever seen. If I had to guess, a lot of people believe, off of my first drawings that I did with an artist, that it was a silverback. But it couldn't have been. They walked on two legs, so that's the closest thing. If you Google baby gorilla silverback, then you'll see exactly what I feel like I looked at and saw. My buddy too made all the wrong decisions, decided to leave it there at the moment of panic. Not leave it there, but bury it really good. We'd already seen the game warden. We didn't really know where we were. We were already breaking laws. We were doing a bunch of stuff we shouldn't have been. So since then, we made several attempts to come back. We have nothing. Since then, about a dozen people have come up here, kind of like you guys have, and seen a Bigfoot, or seen a glimpse of a Bigfoot, or seen tracks, or heard stuff. A lot of people have actually seen one doing what you guys are doing up here. That may have been skeptical at first, and they came out 3-4 trips into it, and all of a sudden, like me and my buddy Stacy were on the road just like this over at Camp B, and a Bigfoot walked right across the road in front of us. We both saw it. We both were like, "You saw that, right? You saw that, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. What now?" Well, I guess we'll just go look at the prints on the ground. So we did. We made a video and we did all that. We followed it and it led us to some caves. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened since. I feel like there's more stuff to corroborate my story as far as eyewitness people here that just don't have any reason to lie or whatever, than there is actual evidence of anything that I could say about my original encounter. There's a lot more evidence of just people that have also seen. We were in a big Bronco, lifted and all that, and we look over and it was... Now, I believe that this tree's grown in the way of it because you used to be able to see, if not, the window would only be that big. Mm-hmm. 7 years ago, this tree that's right here, I think was about right here. Yeah. And I was looking straight past where this tree is, and you know, we just caught movement from the truck, and we looked over and like, oh, is that a bear? And then we stopped and we're like, it's not a bear. What is it? What's going on? Complete panic mode. I put the gun out the window. I look, and I'm kind of looking at my buddy. We're going back and forth, talking about it. Eventually, I decided to shoot it. It's getting ready to run away. It's obviously gigs up, so it turns. I shoot. I hit it like, right here as it turned to run away. Then it's getting ready to get to those trees. I hit it. It was obvious. You saw impact. You saw dust, and heard it, and like went whack. Then it was just about getting to those trees where I would go that way, and I wouldn't be able to see it anymore. I had a shot on its ass, and it was mostly on all fours, so it would go straight up the cavity. It looked like a good shot. I had it. I was taking it. Then right over there in the corner, my buddy says, "There's more!" And he could have said anything, but I was like, "Oh, there's more?" 2 of them come out, and they run over there. So we take the truck. We just start driving into this. We're in panic mode. These trees may or may not have been here. They were in my buddy's field. Drove somewhere around right here. I think we hit something across the car, and then we just got out, dumped the gun. My buddy had a gun, he left it in the car. I had my rifle. We get to about right here, and then we see one of the little ones over here in the brush. They're really close. This is weird. I just pull up right away on one, and my buddy's like, "No, don't shoot. We got to find the one that we already got." Just because it was just an immediate reaction, like, shoot, shoot. So the thing is probably standing right here. Yeah, that's right. Because that's the first window in that tree.
That's the big one?
This is the big one. It's standing.
See the truck right there?
The little ones came out from over there. Everything went that way on this trail, and we'll walk off over there. It's not too far over the house road. like right here, and we can see little ones. Like the little one would pop up, we'd see some movement. Then I'd kind of get on it with the scope, and then we'd see one over here. They're not together. I mean, they're obviously looking for something. They're going back and forth or whatever. They're moving around. At one point, they started making noises like they were talking to each other. They'd both go left and right, and then they'd come back to the middle, they'd disappear, and then we'd hear something. So we're looking for blood on the ground. We're walking around like this, because we know the big one came up here. He crashed somewhere. He made a big sound.
Now, is this the way you walked, or did you walk down there?
No, we walked. Well, at one point we were down here looking for blood. We didn't get to here until probably 7 minutes after we shot. Because we're walking around there looking for blood, looking for blood. We know that it came somewhere over here. And the little ones we're seeing just here and there. We're seeing them like in those trees over there. We're seeing them over there because they would just pop up. Then they would come to the middle. It looked like they were talking, like they were doing deaf communication or something. You know, I'd hear a sound, and then I'd hear a sound. And they're like, But the communication I felt like was obvious. It seemed like they were saying, hey, have you seen Mom or Dad? Have you checked by the tree? Have you checked by over by here? Okay, you go check there, you go check there. All right, I'll see you in a minute. Then they'd walk away, and then they'd come back. And the whole time we're just walking around looking for blood. Then my buddy's like, all right, let's split up, let's go around this cul-de-sac. So he goes around this way, I go this way. We're planning to look for this thing for 20 plus, 30 plus minutes till we find it. Okay, so here's the trail. It used to go where that log is. I got to about right here, and I see one of the little ones. And at this point, it's been like 15 or 20 minutes. I didn't walk right over here. We like sat here looking on the ground. We went here, we went there, we did all this other stuff. And by the time we get over here, like 20 minutes has passed. My buddy's way on the other side over there. I have no idea where he is. Actually, I see him walk over that hill. And I'm like, okay, he's gone. Then I see one of the little ones, and I'm like, oh, you know, it's now or never. Probably shoot this thing. I don't know, maybe it's a good idea, maybe it's not. So I'm debating about it. I'm like, all right, my buddy's gone. He's not going to know. It's not going to be a bit. All right, I'm going to do it. So this one comes up real close. I mean, because that's what I said. I was like, yeah, if it gets closer, I'm going to shoot it. Came up real close, walked up, and I think the other one might have been over here. I'm not sure. I got the impression that it was over here, but I didn't actually see it. Then I just looked, and it was like, oh, it's now or never, now or never. No one's ever going to believe this. So I shot. Then it rolls down the hill and hits my boot. And I start to pick it up, and it starts bleeding on my boot, bleeds on my shirt. Stepped on its neck for a little bit to sit there and try to choke it, just to speed up the. It was hit right in the neck right here, but it wasn't quite dead. I was just trying to speed up the process. I wasn't trying to hurt it or anything like that. Well, I mean, whatever. But so I was sitting there, kind of choking it, waiting for it to just expire. I was coughing up blood, stuff like that, just like the ammo does in the shoe. Except it was a lot different. This is where like the freak out started to happen. It started to be too much. Is that I'm looking at it and I'm like, this doesn't look like anything I've ever seen before. It looks more like a person than it does a monkey. A lot more like a person than a monkey. So I start to panic and I look at my buddies right there. So I don't know how long I was there, 2, 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. And I look at my buddies right there. And he's like, what the fuck did you do? And I was like, And then I grabbed it and I threw it towards him to like, I don't know. It's crazy. and then it fell on the ground over there, and then he like did the same thing I did, because there's like nowhere to really grab it. He grabbed it by the chest, by this area, and pulled it up and looked at it, just like I did.
How tall was it?
Like that big, but real skinny, small, like it wasn't healthy. Like anything, like it was just obvious that like this wasn't a healthy animal. So I went down here. We decided to bury it. So we talked for, I don't know, 2 minutes, 4 minutes of what are we going to do, what are we going to do. We had seen the game warden earlier. It was peak season. We were doing stuff we kind of shouldn't have been. We shouldn't have really been in this area. And so we said, all right, let's bury it. We will come back. Then we will take it either to a news station, post it on the internet, tell people, or sell it for money or something. We don't know. So we buried it right down there, which looked a lot different at the time. All of this has been, there's kind of like a window here. All this has been cleared and cut out.
Even these trees right here, from videos I've watched, these trees are 4 or 5 feet higher, right?
Yeah. Well, these laying down ones weren't even here. I mean, but we built up this mound right here. I'm surprised you can't see the cut marks. Last time I was here, I could show people. Yeah, here's one. Like last time I was here, I was like, I buried it right here. But when my buddy Kip was here, we cut all this stuff out just to try to look for anything that would say an animal even died here. Like usually you'll have like grass that grows up or whatever, where it gets real good fertilized. So when we came back, there was 3 feet of snow. It was this high. It started snowing that night. We couldn't make it over the overpass. So it turned into we were going to go up in 2 days, and we were going to come up in 3 days, we were going to come up in 4 days. And then the snow just became too much. The pass was snowed in. Not snowed in, but I mean, you wouldn't get on these dirt roads. Eventually I made it back here 35 days later, right before the last snow would have came in. And I didn't even know if I was in the right spot. I could have been over there, I could have been over there. I had my dog. The dog seemed to like this area. We dug up this thing. But I don't even think it was from what I shot now. I mean, it didn't look like it. It looked like a piece of hide that a hunter had skinned. It looked like something that was cut. So we found something, but it didn't really go anywhere. Like I sent it to a bunch of different DNA labs, 6 of them. 4 of them said it's probable that this could be an unknown primate. 2 of them said it's absolutely a bear. Then some of them argued about it. Then it never went anywhere. Mm-hmm. A lot of people said, oh, well, we got new ways of testing it. We can test it this way. And then they test, oh, it did come back with primate. Oh, it did come back with this. And then eventually it would go nowhere. They'd be like, oh, maybe we misread the test. We don't know. So I don't know. It didn't really... That's really about it. I mean...
Appreciate you taking us out here. Here's Jonathan here, and he's going to do a couple knocks that he uses to lure them in. You want to do a little yell for him too?
Get that knock right, it sounds really good.
There you go, that echoed really well.
That's a little better. And those are the calls we did, usually do up here, and it's not uncommon to do a 2-knock, like a pop-pop, and you wait and listen, and you'll hear a pop-pop back. And like Justin was saying, there's certain spots in these mountains where you can do 1-2, you'll hear 1-2 back. 1-2-3, you'll hear 1-2-3 back, or a 1 back, and it's constant. And then the crazy calls you see everybody doing on finding Bigfoot and stuff.
Well, it's the morning of day 4. You guys just saw Jonathan displaying a couple of knocks and the howl, but didn't find Bigfoot on this trip. You guys can see the campsite behind us, base camp. But yeah, we didn't hear them. Well, we did hear some stuff, which was pretty cool. Like, not last night, the night before, Jonathan did a couple of knocks like he was doing. And in the distance, we heard something knock back. And then when we were hiking, I didn't get a chance to get on video, but we heard something like a yelp, like a yipping out there. Could have been a dog, or like a coyote, but I doubt it. I've never heard that sound before. So everybody just stopped in their tracks, and you could feel like the hairs on your neck rise. But it's been a fun trip. Definitely going to come back out and do it again. Jeff has been a great host for us. Justin was a really cool guy. Showed us the kill site where he shot one. And you guys might have seen his story on Nat Geo or Discovery Channel. He's been on a couple of different specials. But both those guys were great hosts out here. Had a lot of fun. And until next time, we might be able to find the hide and seek champion of the world, Bigfoot. So thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, hit like, comment below. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Until next time, we'll see you on the next adventure.